The University Tower chimes bring in another session of Ask the Professor, the show on which you match wits with the University of Detroit Mercy professors in an unrehearsed session of questions and answers. I'm your host, Matt Mayo. Let me introduce to you our panel for today. To my right, it's Professor Jason Roach.
And thank you for going to me first, because I can see that Beth has a donut.
She's
incapacitated.
I almost did it.
Let's toss it to Beth right when she takes a bite.
I actually think of Kathy every single time because she started, at least in my mind, the tradition of like introducing the paddle in one direction for one show and then the other direction for the other show, just to keep people on their toes. And usually it's Heather complaining that I wait until she's on her phone,
Of course, yeah.
putting a donut in her mouth. But I will give Beth a couple more minutes to.
I would have managed.
As we shake the
It's
powdered
all
sugar
right,
off the
man.
microphone.
Oh, that fritter looks really, really good.
Go for it, man. Go for it.
Do it. I can't do it.
He's the host.
You giving up sweets
He's
for
the
Lent
host.
or
I
something?
did give up sweets. I just. Yeah.
Throw some pepper on there.
I'm getting ready for my fish sandwich tonight, so that's what I'm thinking about.
At the Blarney Stone, are you?
Exactly.
I gave up news
Perfect
for
place.
Lent.
You gave up news?
So I haven't checked.
Good.
I mean, how many times a day do I check the New York Times, the
Good
Wall Street
for
Journal,
you.
the Detroit
You could do like
papers?
Beth and myself. We gave up Catholicism for Lent.
I thought of you the other day, Beth, because I was at a Lenten service, and the priest was particularly frisky. And it was the very first day of Lent, Ash Wednesday, and he's like, "Welcome, everybody, to the start of Lent," or as the Catholic Church calls it, oh, I blew it. I blew the whole joke.
What?
Oh.
Or as some people call it, the Catholic Church's weight loss system. I was like, that's perfect. Like, of course. We're not actually doing this for atonement. We're just going to try to give up some stuff. As I say to myself, no more sweets, you know.
As we put the fritter right in front of you with the box.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, thank you for that. Thanks
Terrible.
for that.
They do give you bread at communion,
That
so
is
you
true.
know,
A tiny
gotta
little
lose all of
circle.
that.
Yep, absolutely.
Are you telling me Jesus is made of crackers?
Carbs.
And wine.
But it's not a sweetbread.
Yes,
It's not a brioche.
that's exactly right. Those, of course, are the dulcet tones, unfortunately, for the last time for a while.
I've never been
wow.
accused of
Professor
having a
Alex.
dulcet tone.
Mitchell. We're so glad you're here with us, Alex. And again, we're excited to hear what happens to you next.
Thank you. I'm excited to
Find out.
forecast myself into the future to
That's
find
right.
out what happens next.
You are hopefully still friends of the ATP Facebook page, which means you could post anything you wanted
Oh,
to.
dear Lord.
You'd know what's going on. Yeah, exactly. So up until now, how have you enjoyed 73 degrees on one day and then snow and negative 11 the next day?
Oh, I've long been a fan of Michigan's menopausal system.
Menopause.
That's right.
I always heard petulant teenager, but I like yours. I like yours too. That's great.
It's more accurate,
Yeah.
I think. Yep.
Going around the table, Professor Dave Chow.
Pleasure to be here, as always.
Excellent. Pleasure to have you here. How could you be like thinking about all this drawing you're going to do and not thinking about getting some takeout, man?
I'm thinking about doing fish fry tonight.
Okay, see, there you go.
I'm thinking about whether
Okay.
I have time to or not.
Sure.
We'll see.
Okay. It's a special fundraiser at Blarney Stone.
Well, see, I was thinking about going to the American Legion up there on 12.
Very good food.
Or I was also thinking about the KFC over on
Livernois.
Clausen.
Oh,
that-
the
that-
Clausen
yeah.
one we haven't had much luck with. We'll get there at a time which we think is early, and then we'll get schooled by all the older folks
Yeah,
and have
yeah,
to
yeah.
wait in a very long line. So
That's what we had. We tried that last Friday, and I'm like, let's get there at like 4:35. It starts at 4:30. Line
Mob.
was out to the
Yeah, yeah.
parking lot.
Yeah.
See, Marcy's
seriously.
uncle used to work that thing. That's why we know.
Oh, that's cool though. That's cool.
So we know. We know.
American Legion Berkeley. That's a solid piece of fish
It
right
is.
there, big time.
And they've also got the Girl Scouts hanging outside too.
Oh, jeez.
Thin
Girl
mints.
Scouts.
Oh
I
God,
know.
it's such a racket. I mean,
is
you
a
go in there, you get the fish and chips, and before you leave, you walk out like $20 with a Girl Scout. And I think I got timeshare in Florida too.
They're pushing.
All this. I'm like,
They're
what
pushers.
else have I bought?
Pushers. Professor Beth Oljar is here. How was the donut?
What donut?
It's gone. It's
The
gone
one I
forever.
was eating.
There's
when
no
you-
evidence.
Well, that's because I ate it.
It
was good.
The students were telling me about a TikTok trend / prank that was just a few weeks ago. And what you do is someone goes and they open a box of donuts in a single shot and goes, "Who ate my powdered donuts?" And the camera in a single shot will pan and someone will just be coated head to toe in like powdered sugar or flour. You go, "I don't know. We got to find out who did it."
It's a mystery.
It's a mystery, exactly. So that's what I was thinking of
You
when
should
I
watch
was.
the movie Belfast for a really pretty hilarious description of Catholicism.
Excellent.
And communion.
I'll look forward to that. No, that's on the to-do list. That's Ewan McGregor, right?
No, it's Kenneth Branagh.
Kenneth
you,
Branagh,
you would
that's
think
it.
it's going to be a political, because it's set in the beginning of the Troubles
Right.
in 1969, because his family's
Yeah.
Protestant and was living in Belfast. But it's actually not. It's really more just a sweet movie about sort of family
Oh, cool.
and
I'll
peace.
check it
But
out.
it's also kind of really funny.
All right, I'll have to check that
My
out.
friend Paul, who is a Jesuit priest, I used to work with him at another school. He said, "Yes, I grew up in Belfast, and I was in severe danger of dying of boredom."
Oh,
He's like,
Wow.
It's not as bad as people think. That's what he was
Oh,
trying to imply.
jeez.
But
Well, you know what? It's been a long time since someone sent us a bunch of questions about Ireland or Belfast proper or whatever it takes, Catholicism. If you stump the panel, you win one of our prizes. If you don't stump the panel, you win one of our prizes. You can send us the questions in a number of ways, emailing us at atp@udmercy.edu. Find us on Facebook and Instagram, or listen on your favorite smart speaker by asking it to play Ask the Professor at University of Detroit Mercy. Profs, I think you're going to like this. The question starts with the word "G'day."
Oh.
Attached are some trivia questions about Australia and New Zealand
How
from
did
your
I-
favorite
Oh,
temporary
jeez.
Aussies and Kiwis, Jim and Diane.
well,
Little
that
ditty.
means I get to answer these with my Australian voice.
Oh,
yeah,
Lordy.
absolutely. We suggest that a passing score would be 75%, but we leave that to the wise discretion of Matt. Jim and Diane still traveling the earth.
I don't want to hear it.
Unbelievable. Their pictures are pretty spectacular.
I
They have a
told
lot
them
of
if they
fun
need
down
help, shipping their luggage around, I'll gladly fly down there and help out. So.
Has he been posting pictures
Yeah,
on
there. He's been
Facebook?
posting.
Constantly.
Yep.
He
Yeah,
and Diane
constantly,
both.
Yeah.
Drew has not been telling me
Oh,
about
he's
this.
slacking.
jeez.
I know.
Oh, jeez. You
All
got to
right.
catch up.
No, I just need to know: has Jim flushed the toilet and sent us a video yet?
I don't think that's happened yet, but it will.
He owes us that. Remember?
He does.
A dunny.
You remember
Dunglow.
That's right. At the American Embassy down there, they actually have a toilet with a pump that spins it the other way.
No.
That's what the Simpsons taught
That's
me.
right.
Props. What percentage of Australia is classified desert?
95.
A lot.
It's a lot.
95.
Oh, I guess I'm not going to see by looking at that map. That's the United States. It's a lot, but a lot by, yeah,
90%?
not 90% or anything, but it's a lot.
85.
75.
It's only 35 is what it
what?
says here. So
Really?
it's not as much as you might think
Well,
it is.
When
But
I look
that's a
at those
lot.
maps, it's always tan.
Way less than 35 in our country, so yeah.
I mean, Queensland is a pretty
Yes.
big
Yeah.
part of Australia, and they
Desolate.
definitely have a damper
That's
climate.
true.
Yeah.
Based on how big the island, country, and continent of Australia are, how many time zones are covered by Australia?
I'm going with 4.
I'm going to go with 1.
Oh no.
2.
There's
Alex is 2, and Beth
Come on,
is
let's go 3. Go
3.
3. Go 3.
3 is correct.
Oh.
All right.
Pretty close. How many states or territories make up the
This many.
Commonwealth?
7?
7. It says 8 here, but you
Oh.
gave me. I don't know. I think that I'm going to give it to you because
Maybe,
it's close enough. You know?
Your pinky was.
If you had
I
said
thought I knew them.
if you had said 48 for the U.S., I'm like I feel like that's partially correct,
Close enough.
not including the freak states. I mean,
They have like a capital district, right?
exactly.
No, it's the red light district.
Which species of Australian native bird is the second largest living bird in height after an ostrich?
An emu.
The emu.
It's going to go with the kookaburra.
Kookaburra. In 1977, a referendum to choose the national anthem, Advance Australia Fair, won with 3 million votes. Which iconic tune came in second?
Air supplies. Oh, no.
All Out of Love.
Making love out of nothing at
Yeah.
all, right?
God save the Queen.
No, you have to just not think too hard about songs that remind you of Australia.
Waltzing Matilda.
Waltzing Matilda, absolutely. That would have been a great national anthem. I mean, come on. Waltzing Matilda. What 1970s iconic hard rock band is from Australia?
AC/DC.
AC/DC, absolutely. We know our stuff, Jim and Diane. What fence in Australia is longer, pardon me, than the Great Wall of China? Oh, my
it's
gosh.
that rabbit barrier thing, isn't it?
That's not what they call it, but you're pretty
Yeah,
close.
that rodent thing.
They call it the dingo fence.
God.
Ah,
Keep the dingoes out.
dingo ate your
How
bag.
many
Dingoes are
kilometers?
dogs.
Yes.
How many,
Kilometers? It's
Rabbits,
gotta
rodents,
be
four-legged
how many
critters.
kilometers if it's longer than the Great Wall?
25,000.
Oh, wow, that's a lot. I mean, that's more than Australia side to side.
Oh.
So,
Oh,
No,
leaves.
it's-
yeah.
I just read that the Great Wall is 13,000, isn't it?
Huh. Well, it could
Or no,
be
13,000
miles.
miles.
This is kilometers.
So that's why.
So I'm afraid
if
I
it's
can't do the
longer than
conversion.
that,
Yeah.
It's more kilometers than miles.
Right. So it says 5,600 kilometers, which is pretty darn long if you start thinking about it.
But I'm going to have to re-Google that thing about the Great Wall of China.
Re-Google.
Yeah.
Is
I got to go
re-Google
re-Google-tate it.
Which two Australian mammals are the only two mammals in the world that lay eggs to birth their young?
Platypus?
Echidna and the platypus.
You both said the answers at the same time.
That's proof that God has a sense of humor, that animal.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What Australian state has no passenger trains, only freight? I'm getting a Looney Tunes vibe here.
New South Wales.
Acme. Oh,
Western Australia.
Oh, I thought that was a giveaway to say Looney Tunes.
Tasmania?
Tasmania.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Tasmania. Going to a little Tasmania myself here. What is Australia's most popular spread? Ugh.
Vegemite,
Vegemite.
Vegemite. Ugh. Gives me nightmares.
It's okay.
which we all learned about from Men at Work.
That's right.
That's right.
Gave me a
Wait a minute, that was
Vegemite
Crocodile
sandwich.
Dundee.
Oh, no, Crocodile Dundee.
That's not a knife.
That's a knife. This is a knife.
That's a knife.
Now, you all might not know about Bluey. You guys know Bluey? Are there Bluey questions?
Oh,
on here?
Bluey. Yeah, I do
no,
remember
no.
hearing about
Oh,
Bluey.
oh,
Because you got kids at home.
Best kids show ever.
Oh God,
Blue's
I
the
lose
real deal.
brain cells watching that thing.
Best.
Oh, my
The
gosh.
best. I watch it on my own when the kids aren't even home.
Oh God, that's
I binge watch it.
that's worse than tequila.
We're moving into a New Zealand direction.
All right,
What city, the largest on New Zealand's South Island, is named
Christchurch.
a college in England's famous Oxford? Christchurch. Yes, Christchurch.
Nice.
Yep, easy one to remember.
You
Representing,
can't buzz in yet, though, Dave. You didn't
sorry.
finish.
Oh, sorry.
please, your response needs to be in the form of a question.
What the hell?
Representing the Southern Cross constellation, how many red stars are on the flag of New Zealand?
No,
5.
not 7.
7, 5, 6.
3?
The original one had 13, right?
It's just 4.
Oh.
4 is the Southern Cross. Yep,
4.
4. Yep. What New Zealander became the first man to summit Mount Everest in 1953?
Sir Edmund Hillary.
Yes, alongside Tibetan mountaineer Tenzing Norgay. That is correct.
There has to be a question about Anna Paquin in here.
We're coming up. We're coming up on some
The
stuff.
piano. The piano.
North and South Island, the two main islands of New Zealand, are separated by a strait named for what British explorer was the
Tasman.
first European to sail through it? No, it
Cook.
was not. Cook was James Cook.
It's one of the two.
Captain Cook, a.k.a.
Not Captain
Hook.
Crunch.
Yes, not Captain Hook. Captain James J.A.S. Cook.
Or Tiberius. Kirk.
Exactly. Founded in 1916, which party that currently has members in Parliament is New Zealand's oldest? You probably could guess
The
this.
Kiwis,
The pajama.
You're right.
the Whigs,
The Pajama Party.
the Tories.
Oh no! It just need to be a little more. Think.
Conservatives,
No. Traditionally
Parliamentary-
progressive.
liberal.
Tories.
No, I thought that this is a giveaway. We see it in Britain. We see it in Canada. We see it in a lot of Europe.
The Labour
The
Party.
Labour Party is what it says.
Well, that
here.
makes sense
The
because
La-
they would have been a
With
Commonwealth
OUR.
country.
Yeah, the Labour Party.
Yeah.
Absolutely. In 1986, New Zealander A.J. Hackett took a literal leap from Greenhive Bridge in Auckland, and shortly thereafter founded the commercial industry around what thrill-seeking?
Bungee jumping.
Yeah, he was the first bungee jumper, 1986.
Fortunately, he wasn't the last. So.
I think he's still alive, actually. What is the fruity name of a flightless bird that lives there?
Kiwi.
Kiwi. Yep, that's a good one. On its east, the New Zealand city of Auckland touches the Pacific Ocean. What is the body of water that borders Auckland to the west?
Indian.
No,
Ocean?
that's not what it says here. This is the body of water, broadly speaking, that's between New Zealand and the continent of Australia.
Not
Yeah.
the Tasman Sea.
Tasman Sea.
Tasman Sea,
Okay.
yep. Named after Tasmania, or the other way around. What national park in New Zealand's South Island is known for its namesake glacier-covered inlets?
F?
There's an F that often appears when we talk about
Like
glaciers.
Fjordland or something like that?
Fjordland. How the heck? What?
Fjord.
Because I was supposed to go there for my 30th birthday, and I got hosed over.
Okay.
So I did my research.
Because of
Yes,
COVID?
you did.
No, because my brother decided to get married that summer.
Oh, please, brothers.
Yeah.
Come
Weddings.
on. What reptilian suborder of animals, often associated with the Australian outback, has no species in New Zealand? That's kind of cool.
Would you repeat
What,
that question
yeah,
again?
reptile?
What reptilian suborder of animals, often associated with the Australian outback, has no species in New Zealand?
Tuaturas? What other-
Crocodiles?
It's crocs.
Oh.
Crocs.
Crikey.
Yes, crikey.
Oh, that's right.
It's
They
the
do have
crocodile.
big suckers. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Did
Thanks
we
for
pass?
sending those questions. Full passing marks.
All right.
We know a lot about this stuff. Thanks, Jim. Thanks, Diane. Travel safe.
Yeah, and
See
no
you back
more,
here
and,
soon enough.
and tell Diane, tell her ribs to heal up. The sauce will not help.
Yep.
You know, if you're looking for a good movie, even for kids, there's one on Netflix called True Spirit, which is about Jessica Watson. She was a 16-year-old Australian girl with dyslexia, I might add,
Wow.
circumnavigated the globe solo at age 16.
Wow.
And the movie is about
16?
her and her family. It's really good.
Nice.
I couldn't even spell circumnavigate at age 16.
I can understand her parents wanting to let her do it. The dyslexia would have given me serious pause, though.
Sure. It would have been tough.
But
Yeah, the-
she
the
managed it.
GPS.
And good for her.
Good for
Say
her.
I.
So we got an email. It doesn't have a question in it.
Uh-oh.
From one of our longtime question senders, Chris Bovitz. He actually always gets to us from Lakeville, Minnesota. Hi.
No, we're not.
Oh, so it's like one of our students emailing us. Hi, I need
Comes
this.
later.
No signature. Somehow this picture ended up in my Facebook feed, and of course I immediately thought of you and your show. It's the UDM wins their first game of the season with the single
yeah.
guy
Yeah.
rushing the court.
Yes. It was
I
like
saw that.
Sports Illustrated.
It got on Sports Illustrated.
Did it really?
Yes.
Oh, dear.
It did.
Oh, dear
It
Lord.
really, really
Now,
did.
now, do we know who that gentleman is?
We don't. I
We
believe
do.
that.
There has been an article about it.
Right, right. But we don't. We do not know. I
A
do
real
not know,
Titans
but,
fan, I take
yeah,
it.
Exactly. So I don't know what to say about that, but so if you've been paying attention, the Titans are having a really rough season. That was the only game up to now they've won. They only have one game left. It's at Oakland University up the road, and guess what? They
Senior
can clinch.
night at Oakland.
Yeah, they can clinch the whole league by winning that game. So I just don't think it's going to happen for the Titans. Anything's possible, but
Somehow I'm not going on FanDuel to place a bet on this.
no, I don't think that's a very good idea at all. Okay, we've got.
Well, thanks for sending that.
Yeah,
by the
no,
way.
that was funny, Chris. We really appreciate that. We've been thinking the same thing.
I've got Alex right here. She hasn't kicked me once yet. I've kept my mouth shut. So there we go.
Yeah,
As a
yeah.
former faculty athletic rep, I haven't jumped into the fray on ATP. So.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Okay, so we have got our list of faculty, or pardon me, faculty. There's a lot of faculty around here. Our list of imponderables from Frank and the Family Burrows, and it's time because we didn't get to do one in our last recording, so we'll do maybe a couple right now. This is kind of a fun one.
Uh-oh.
Favorite job you had before the one that you have now? That's kind of interesting, huh? What's a favorite job you had before the one that today is the last day of it?
Yeah, come on, Alex.
Yeah.
I mean, I put books away at the library. That was my teenager job, and I actually really liked it because I got to do a lot of reading, and I learned a lot just from doing my job. I kind of like that.
I'm torn between two. Once I was a carny, and I also worked retail till 12.
What did you retail for?
So,
$99.95.
$39.95.
$1.05. That's
no,
right.
I was selling.
Just what freedom costs.
it was a,
$1.05.
yeah, it was a gallery, so we were selling prints.
Oh,
So,
okay.
and it was in the middle of the mall during the holidays. It was temporary, so I worked for about 2 months. Loved it.
That's kind of
So I learned retail, and the other one was being a carny down at the ethnic festivals downtown.
What did you do there?
What, at the carnival?
Did you do rides? Did you do?
No,
hockey?
I did put 2 darts on. No, you get 2 darts for $1. Put 1 dart on the star, win yourself a T-shirt. And then from there, I progressed to other games.
Like what?
A couple of the other ones. That's all. That were just like, wait a minute, is this legal? Is this ethical?
Where you get big stuffed animals
Oh, yeah.
instead of
But-
T-shirts.
Yeah, but I remember there's one guy I went to high school with. He was there on a date. Hey, you're here. Hey, who's your girlfriend? That's not my girlfriend. So you let the little lady walk without a prize? Come on. I think I fleeced him for like $25 for a T-shirt.
Cool.
And the T-shirt was wafer thin. I was like, oh my! I felt
What was
so.
on it?
I think some like UB40 or something like that. Some bad band shirts. I'm like, oh my god,
Oh, that is
they're
awesome.
so terrible.
Did you also give away the small mirrors that had band logos?
Oh yeah,
on the
and
front?
there was also another one. They were also giving away goldfish.
Oh, I remember
Oh,
those.
terrible.
Not the crackers, right?
No, not the cracker. But I just
In a
remember.
little plastic bag.
I just remember I had the farmer's tan of a
I
lifetime
bet you did. I bet you did.
working out there. Oh my god, but it was fun.
Did you learn any new words?
Oh yeah.
You cracked Beth up pretty hardcore with, well, I started here and then I upgraded.
Because you get better at games. You move up the, move up.
Oh,
the
that's
ladder.
right. That's right.
Do you upgrade to ones where it's more difficult to scam the customer?
No,
Is
no.
that-
They're actually better paying.
Oh,
There's actually a better
I
paying
see.
game.
I
Oh,
see.
okay.
Okay. But you gotta have proven yourself. by
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
Exactly.
I worked at the library too when I was in college.
You're wearing the bibliophile T-shirt.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
sure, yeah.
It's the fear of running out of, which will never happen to me.
Never happened.
Lord knows I helped you move enough books over the summer.
Well, I don't read those. Those are. That's right. They're just for show.
Those are, yeah,
In
they're
my office.
empty. Yeah, they're empty.
That was pretty fun. But working at Dairy Queen was pretty fun too.
That
'cause
does sound fun.
I mixed a ton of blizzards and have never eaten one ever.
Wow.
I know, isn't that weird?
How did you resist?
Easy. You get overwhelmed by it's like
The
me and
burgers
Chinese
and
food.
fries were more of a temptation than the
So it was a
sweet things.
brazier, is what you're telling
Yes.
me. Yes, it was a brazier.
No, but it's
Because
like,
I worked in the kitchen and back.
But isn't it like one of those things? If you work in a restaurant for so long, you just kind of like look at the food and go, nah.
Yeah, probably.
No.
'Cause, I mean, I remember this the longest time. I did not touch almond bones chicken to save my life.
But it came back into your life over time.
Yeah, like a zit.
Alex, what about, how would you answer the question?
Oh, years ago, I worked for a home health care and hospice organization
okay.
that also did flu shots.
Oh.
So you may have seen us do flu the shoe at the zoo back in the day, trying to get immunizations.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that was something that came up out of our organization.
Were
And
people resistant to the notion of getting immunizations back then?
Well, who wants to go to the zoo and get stabbed in the arm? I mean,
Well,
come on,
you know-
it's not fun. Yeah, but
well, the all other duties as assigned, we had a plush mascot nurse costume
Oh, my.
that looked
No.
like Big Boy in a blue dress and a white lab coat
Oh,
with a
my
syringe,
gosh.
a foam syringe that
Oh,
was
so-
like
so
this
that was
big.
you?
Cool.
was that you?
So I named her Nurse Betty,
Oh my god!
and
Oh
so
my God.
I was Nurse Betty for several years while I worked there.
That's so cool.
That's cool.
Oh,
And then the children were like uber scared
Oh,
of
of course.
because it was like there was a slider on the syringe.
Well, I mean,
But the other kids reacted to this costume just like it was any plush character,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the little children, and they would just go,
They give you a big hug.
and then I made sure I hid the syringe so I didn't scare them.
Yeah, exactly.
well, when you think about the size of that syringe, it's probably like more than triple their body mass.
Yeah,
I'd be
exactly.
afraid too.
Exactly.
No, they just hate shots, period.
True.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But I had a similar experience, Alex. I don't know if you're finished. I can let you go. But I was
No.
the WPCX Bear back when I was in college.
Mascotters
working as a
unite.
DJ, yeah.
PCX.
Powerful country.
Wait a minute, you're what? Why am I picturing like Herb Tarling dressed up as the WKRP carp, trying to use a men's bathroom? You know, like oh
Exactly.
my
I remember
god,
that episode.
the WPIG
Pretty
pig.
funny.
Somehow everybody's got like a dress up in a costume kind of story. I think that's cool. I think that's
I
very
don't think
cool.
I had one.
Did you ever notice Tommy Titan has a shield but no sword?
I did because he's always, defending the university. He doesn't really attack people. Let's be serious.
All right.
We are 1 in 29. It's not. There's no attacking going on.
Defending can require a sword too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Should we get him a spear instead?
We were so close. If it wasn't for IUPUI, we could
Oh,
have.
no comment.
If he were a
No
Greek
comment.
hoplite, I think he'd have to have both.
Oh my gosh.
But my favorite was, I think,
Oh, yeah.
it's a tie between being a reporter and teaching karate.
Okay.
And
You
karate
didn't cross the
was
two
fun.
up, did you?
What's
you,
that?
You never crossed the two up, I hope.
I didn't.
Okay.
There were times I wished I could with some of the people I covered, but no. As a reporter, you try to just
Right.
not use your
Not
karate
make the
moves
news.
on them.
You know,
Yeah.
Report the news.
But yeah, both of those were fun. I think I learned more as a reporter, just interviewing people about all kinds of different topics. But yeah, I interviewed Bernie Sanders one time. That was pretty cool.
Oh.
I've interviewed a
Bernie.
ton of,
Okay, I'm sorry.
New
I
York
thought you were talking Barry
politicians.
Sanders. My bad. Okay.
No, but Barry Sanders would have been a great choice. And then, yeah,
All right.
a lot of fun times.
Nice.
Well, at least none of us were like the San Diego Chicken, so.
I was about to say, like, I was just doing a quick scan of the list of possible future imponderables, and Alex, at our last set of shows that we recorded, we had some questions sent by my dear wife, all about the San Diego Chicken, and so we had a couple of different mascot style, and carnival related, paraphernalia. So that's pretty interesting.
Carnivals. Oh.
Okay, let's go a little, just a slightly more sprightly,
Okay.
and go with favorite side dish. Let's interpret that any way we see fit.
Side dish.
Favorite side dish.
Some people would say mashed potatoes are
Mm-mm,
a side
no.
dish, but for me, that's the main course.
Seriously.
So I don't know.
Garlic mash
Seriously.
or
Garlic mash, yeah.
or if you go to Kaju, was it they got spinach mash?
That's right. It's very good.
Mm-hmm.
Very good at Kaju. Favorite side dish, everybody.
I'd go with the garlic sauce in the Mediterranean restaurant.
Come on.
Oh,
With the bread.
Oh, the vampire repellent. I love that
Yes,
stuff.
absolutely.
Oh my god, that stuff is wonderful.
Absolutely. No, I just had some hummus the other day, Alex, so I know exactly what you're thinking. I went into a Zoom meeting. I can't help myself. I apologize. I'm really sorry about my breath. I just had a bunch of hummus on Zoom. So, yeah, they didn't care so much.
I think I'm a mac and cheese guy.
Yeah,
Mac and cheese.
can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong.
If it's made right.
French fries.
Mm.
French
I
fries.
mean,
I'm-
seriously.
See,
Again,
I'm
main course, Beth.
yeah.
Yeah, I can make them a main course because I
Yeah.
remember after I had my surgery and my sister was visiting and like it was the first trip to McDonald's and she said something about, well, if you can't finish your, because I'd had abdominal surgery, she's like, well, if you can't finish your fries, I'm like,
I will.
no, there will be no sharing. There's no possible world in which I don't finish McDonald's French fries.
Oh my
Too
gosh.
large.
See,
Oh.
I'm still biased against fries because I remember my first trip to China. I think we were in Shanghai. They offered us a 7-course meal, and one of the 7 courses was French fries. I'm like, what is this?
Sounds
Look, they were-
perfectly acceptable to me.
I know.
What's the problem?
They
but
were
you're in
only prepared
Shanghai.
for 5, Dave, and they had to expand a little
But
bit.
yeah, I'm thinking Shanghai. Give me some little local.
Was the fortune cookie the last course?
There was no fortune cookie. It was like it was so Americanized. We're like, what are you trying to do here? I mean, come on.
Gosh, that is
French fries in
hilarious.
Shanghai, of all places. Oh,
I don't know. I don't quite know what my response would be. I mean, there's many, many things on the list. Many of them potato based.
okay.
Potatoes have got to be like the number one.
Yeah, it's gotta-
I mean,
Mashed potatoes,
I
hash
wish I
brown.
could have
potatoes.
poutine tots pretty much for
Yeah.
every single meal. I'm just being honest.
oh,
you
Mercury
know?
Bar, right?
Mercury Bar.
There you
That's
go.
where, yeah, I think that was the first time I ever had
Yeah,
poutine because you had the poutine
We
tots.
told
and
you to
I-
get them, remember?
That
Very
I
good.
snacked.
We were outside.
Some squeaky cheese. It's really good. But I mean, things that I have more often, yeah, that's a little bit harder. We're in the zone with essentially almost 3 teenagers. Actually, whatever. The older one is not a teenager anymore,
No.
but turned 20 this last year. But we have to have just giant chunks of things that grow on the earth just at the table. Like we're getting to the point where it's the future and the plants are all just growing at the table and you just rip it off and start eating it. We've got, apples, bananas, oranges. They're in love with grapes right now. We got all these blackberries
Oh.
from Costco, and all we do for dinner is put them on the table, and then everybody just takes.
Westbourne has wonderful grapes. Of
Very
course,
good
They're
grapes.
like $6 a pound. but-
Very good grapes. Yes,
I
absolutely.
better have
All
somebody
of their
peeling them
food
for me at that
so
price.
good.
Oh my god!
So I'm not exactly sure how I would answer the question. I'm going to go potato based, and then just
What?
general.
So not the corn, not the green beans. I'm just thinking KFC. What else do they have in the drive-thru?
Since I was little, though, my mom would say, and to this day, last night I had it. I am a big fan of broccoli. If broccoli is made right, it's roasted. It gets a little crust on it, maybe some Parmesan.
Matt,
That's a solid side dish right
Your
there.
family's been to Eddie's Diner before, right?
Yeah, I want to say so.
Yeah, the broccoli there. You get
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not just little broccoli florets. You get the whole head of broccoli.
You get like
and then the garlic butter on top.
the crown.
The kick is up and it's good.
Yeah, exactly.
Asparagus is good with Parmesan cheese.
There you go.
Saute it in butter and grate a little parm on it.
Jeez.
Yummy.
As we always do,
We're
folks.
ending.
Finishing the show.
It's always
Talking about food. I've heard Dave's stomach once and mine 3 times. It's hard. What can I say? But
Mine has been silenced by donuts.
Mine's been primed by donuts. That's all.
also true. Also true.
Are
Well,
there any left over?
I just want to say, while we still have a couple seconds of airtime here, Alex, we're going to miss you very, very dearly. We wish you the absolute best and hope that you're no stranger.
Thank you.
Just stay strange.
Yeah.
But
Not a
keep
problem.
coming back to Ask the
Yeah.
Professor.
Keep coming back.
Yeah.
to
And in a furry
ATP.
costume. Oh, no
So,
syringe.
The time has come to say goodbye, Beth,
Goodbye.
Dave,
See ya.
Alex,
Bye.
and Jason.
Bye-bye.
Now, these words from University of Detroit Mercy.
You can email Ask the Professor at atp@udmercy.edu or visit the Ask the Professor Facebook page.
Ask the Professor is produced and directed by Michael Jason and Brian Masonville, and our executive producer is Professor Jason Roach. Until next week, I'm your host, Matt Mayo.